Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rick's Blazing Takes. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me. I appreciate that. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Yes, sir. Let's get right into it. What up, SimWorld? What it do? This is Rick Blaze coming to you live and direct with another episode of Rick's Blazing Takes. You know I got a lot I want to talk about it. Carl, let's talk about it. Yes, sir. I gotta call it how I gotta call it how I see it before I call it at all. Let's do something.
The following comments are views and expressions made by Rick and Rick alone and are not necessarily those of SimWorld. If you are too serious, sensitive, easily startled, weak stomach, mama's boy, or Cowboys fan, you may want to turn off. If you've been recently dumped, eat pizza with a fork, love good times, ranch dressing, and Jason Statham movies, you may want to turn off. If you use the word conversate in actual conversation, you may want to turn off at this time. Thank you.
Yo, the word that Cowboys line hit real hard on this episode, man. That Cowboys line hit real hard on this episode, considering my Texans just mollywopped the Cowboys, and it should have been worse than that, to be honest with you. And I know Dak is hurt. Do I feel sorry for the Cowboys? Hell no. No one but Cowboy fans like Cowboy fans. I've grown to learn that. Every other fan base, like, besides their arch rivalries, everybody else, the fan base, everybody cool with. Like, I don't have a problem with the Steelers. Like, I'm cool. I don't have a problem with Baltimore or the Baltimore fans. Like, I'm cool. Only Cowboy fans is I think that's why they say they're the most popular. I think at this point, probably the most hated franchise, only because their fans are not only loud and obnoxious, but they're highly delusional. Can you imagine? And every time you get into an argument of some sense against a Cowboys fan, as soon as they start losing an argument, what do they say? Well, at least we got a championship back in whenever. Bro, that really makes your team sounds weak. That makes you sound weak. Like, that's like me saying, that's like me as a grown man today walking into like a establishment, and then somebody starts talking or saying something bad about me. You know what I'm saying? They start talking about me, and I pull out my fourth grade spelling bee badge from the fourth grade. Pull out my pocket. Well, that's why I got a fourth grade spelling bee badge. I bet you didn't have that in the fourth grade. Like, that's how y'all sound to me. That's where at least we won. At least I won the spelling bee when I was in the fourth grade. Like, that's how y'all sound to me. It sounds that idiotic to me. So I wish you'd stop, because you're thinking you're proving a point, but to me, in my mind, you sounded like a 12-year-old, or a grown person acting like a 12-year-old who's bragging about a spelling bee championship that they won in the fourth grade. By the way, I won a spelling bee in the 8th grade, but you see how we throw that in there? Lame. All right. That wasn't even my topic of conversation. I just floated off into that. I want to talk about, before I get into some real stuff, I got to acknowledge the curse of Skinny. This is getting crazy right now. I mean, if his team, the Louisville Cardinals, beat your team, they are hunted until further notice, apparently. I don't know if Skinny got dolls in the back that he's cutting heads off of. I have no idea. But your team win-loss record is hunted until further notice, a.k.a. the Skinny curse. We're going to get down to the bottom of it. We're going to try to figure out at least when does it stop? How long does the curse last per team? Hopefully there's a stopping point. Skinny, come on, bro. We get it. Louisville. Come on, bro. Damn. All right. Here's what I wanted to talk about. I saw something in the sports world today that I had never seen before. And I've been alive watching sports for a very, 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 very long time. And I saw something today, just perusing Google, that was sports related, that I've never seen before. And you know what that was? And I couldn't believe, but I acknowledged it as soon as I saw it. But then as I thought about it, I couldn't believe that I had never seen it before. For the first time ever, I saw while Googling, just running across, I saw a 2025 mock SWNBA draft class. And that blew my mind. Why does that blow my mind? Because I know the women, the college players for the women's basketball team, I know they get drafted into the pros, but I've never thought about or even saw up until today a mock draft leading up to. Usually when we talk about mock draft, you're talking about the SWBA players. Like the men's, like, yo, they do mock drafts. I look at mock drafts all the time, but I guess there's always been one for women's basketball, but it's never crossed my timeline before. So I guess I just want to give kudos to Caitlin Clark and Reese, Angel Reese, because those two girls have brought the level, the popularity, and the excitement and the attention to the SWBA for all the right reasons and for some of the wrong ones too. I'll be honest with you. And I say this, not for the girls that be looking like Justin Bell's basketball game, a stud. But for the women that be looking like women dressed up in their dresses or whatever they be wearing before the game, let me tell you something. Some of you women, some of y'all players, hey, I get 3 in the key with y'all real quick. Like, I get 3 in the key with you because you looking mighty fine. When you don't have them Allen Iverson gym shorts on, you looking mighty fine. I want to get those digits. You're looking mighty fine. You know what I mean? So, shout out to the ladies who's working that catwalk before the game start. Keep working and we watching. We appreciate on behalf of the fellas. Bow Wow, watch out. We appreciate that. Keep it going. Last thing I want to talk about. I didn't get a chance to get my rocks off on that. My thoughts on the Tyson Paul fight because it happened on this past weekend. I'm just not getting to y'all officially. But here's my 2 cents about it. I've been hearing, first of all, double salute, kudos up to Mike Tyson for a 58-year-old, 56-year-old, however old it is, a 50-something-year-old man to even put his body through that much training for that long period of time to even get in a position to get in the ring and fight a 27-year-old. Kudos to you, bro. That puts you automatically in the 1 percentile. Mike Tyson actually making it to the ring at 58, he already won for all the men who are one day going to get his age, who probably couldn't do that now at their current age. He's already won by showing up. Now, with that being said, I fully expected Iron Mike to win this fight. And let me tell you why. Iron Mike is a real fighter. He is a real serious fighter. He is a killer in that ring. He's a different man, a different beast in that ring. He doesn't know how to be anything else but a killer in that ring. Matter of fact, the first time he retired, I think after the Holyfield, after one of those fights, he stopped the fight early. And he said, it's documented. You can YouTube this. He just quit. He said, I don't have that ferociousness inside of me anymore. I'm a different person. So when Mike is unable to be who he needs to be in the ring, history has told us that Mike doesn't get in the ring. All right, so maybe he needed some money. Cool, I'm not doubting that. And maybe he wasn't. And some people say, well, it was all set up. It was planned. They was supposed to hurt each other. Okay, cool. Let me ride with y'all for a second, just for my doubters who think the whole match was staged. Let me ride with y'all side for a second. Cool. You telling me you went to Mike. You told Mike, I'm about to pay you X amount of dollars, a lot of money, and we finna get in this ring. We finna fight. And then you said, I'm gonna win, and you're not gonna be able to even hit me? Nah, Mike ain't going for that, bro. I can see Mike agreeing to the money. I can see Mike agreeing to not knocking you out. But you can't you can't tell me Mike was going to just be like, yo, I'm just going to just chill the whole time. I've yet to see that kind of man in the ring for real. Mike, as far as, no, I refuse to believe it. And I would be more inclined to believe that conspiracy theory stuff if Mike Tyson didn't come to the ring with one bum leg. You saw he was literally dragging the other leg. And I don't know about you, but it's very hard to do things that requires 2 feet when you only have one good foot. So imagine trying to keep your balance as a boxer and still try to throw haymakers. Yeah, in the first couple of rounds he was charging them, probably because of the adrenaline of the moment. But once that adrenaline wore down in round 3 and 4 and whatever, you start getting a little tired. You start feeling the real pain your body's going through. First of all, going through that shock of moving like that in real time, and also that knee. He probably took a shot or something beforehand. Now all that's wearing off now. Now you feeling that. That's why he's dragging that leg. So even if I was to agree with you guys saying that this whole thing was staged, it was all set up, I know him freaking dragging his knee for an entire 8 rounds wasn't set up. You can't tell me him dragging his knee was a setup. That was part of the plan. You can't tell me that was part of the plan. So either something happened before the fight and you didn't get the 100% version of Mike Tyson, which would explain why he couldn't knock him out. Or B, he's the best actor I've ever seen since Denzel Washington. Matter of fact, he's better than Denzel Washington because he fooled everybody to believe he had a hurt knee and drug that mofo across the ring for 8 rounds without flinching, without forgetting, without accidentally moving or walking right. Give him an Oscar now. Somebody lying.